So what happens if you don't sleep for an entire year? Well, this YouTuber is about to find out. Now his name is Ricard, and Ricard is in his 40s, and he's a tattoo artist living in Philadelphia. And he has a couple of YouTube channels where he posts a lot of videos, mostly of him tattooing people. But one day in 2015, his life changes, and it starts when he gets a really bad urinary tract infection. Like, it's so bad he can barely work. But unfortunately, he doesn't have health insurance, so he can't go to the doctor to get it looked at because he can't afford it. Welcome to America. So he goes to his boss at his second job. I guess he has a couple of jobs. And he asks his boss for advice. And his boss recently had a UTI, and he has some leftover antibiotics lying around that he never used. And so he gives these to Ricard. And so about a day later, bam, he starts feeling better. And so he keeps taking them. But then, on the third night, he wakes up and something weird is going on. Everything seems to be shaking like there's an earthquake, but there isn't an earthquake. It's his head, and his spine, and his feet. Something is very off. But still, he summons the strength to go to work the next day, and he notices he's getting dizzy and his head feels foggy, plus his body is getting weaker and weaker. And so after work, he calls up his sister, who is some kind of nurse, and he tells her about the antibiotics that he's taking, and she says, yeah, you're taking the right stuff that everyone takes. And so he's like, all right, and he keeps taking them, and things continue to get worse. And pretty quickly, he's all messed up. Like, his back burns all day and night, it feels like his kidneys are damaged, his joints are in pain, and suddenly he has tinnitus. Something definitely isn't right. But he keeps taking these pills, hoping to get better, and he keeps fighting these intense, painful symptoms. And it's some of the worst pain he's ever felt in his entire life. And after a period of time, he's finished the antibiotics. He's done. And his urinary tract infection seems to be gone. So that's nice. But it's around this time that he realizes he isn't able to sleep anymore. Not like, oh, I barely got any sleep last night, but literally no sleep at all. He just lays there all night with really bad insomnia. And this lack of sleep is making him feel like shit all day. And if that isn't bad enough, suddenly, boom,